Let's Talk Marketplace.
Der Marktplatz-Podcast mit Ingrid und Valerie Dichtel.
Hi and welcome everybody. Let's Talk Marketplace time again. Today in English, because Valerie wants to talk English all the time. So we'll try. But welcome back and welcome to the first of 2 summer episodes of Let's Talk Marketplace. Because sometimes Valerie and me want to have a real holiday, like holiday or not holiday, where you're always checking mails and looking on LinkedIn and stuff like that. So we decided to pre-record 2 episodes of our podcast today. Hi, Valerie.
Hello and welcome from my side. Well, actually, it's not the case that I want to speak always English, but I got the feedback from many of our listeners or potential listeners, like, can you please switch to English? So that was the reason why I forced Ingrid to switch to English today.
And still not absolutely sure about this, but well.
Yeah, but she asked our German speakers if we should proceed in English. They were like, no, you're much funnier in German.
Yeah, that was mostly the point.
But this is like
so much funnier in German.
We are also funny in English.
Maybe.
So
maybe we should just start a comedy tour or something like that.
Yeah. So
anyway, right.
Yeah. And today, what actually, if you hear this episode now, when it's launched, then I am on holiday and I am sailing on the Amalfi Coast, drinking maybe a limoncello spritz and enjoying my holiday, as Ingrid already said. But Ingrid, where are you at this time?
I'm going to be in Croatia this time with my family and with a family that we are friends with. They got kids in the same age that my kids are. And so we booked together like a house with a pool. And it's totally not the kind of holiday that I normally do.
That's true.
Because there will be much less culture, much less old ruins that I normally tend to pull my kids through. But just sea and hopefully good weather. So I did hear something about too much rain in Croatia as well, as if we hadn't that already here in Germany at the moment.
Yeah, normally I would say like it's like too hot to record, but now I would say like we swam away.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, 12 degrees, mid of August in Munich. It's not the summer I want to have. So that's the true reason why I want to escape. And I go sailing with some friends, actually. And I love to be on the sea because when I'm sailing, everything is so calm. And then if you're lucky, then you have like dolphins swimming by. And it's just truly amazing. But to switch back to our main purpose about marketplaces, because this is what I also often hear is like, Valerie, if you talk about marketplaces, then I really feel your energy about it. And I was like, yeah, that's true. I really love to talk about marketplaces. And so what will we talk about today, actually?
Yeah, well, normally to those listeners who have already switched into our podcast, sometimes you normally get a newsflash from us. You get some information about what's been going on in the marketplace world in the last 2 weeks. We won't do that today because we are pre-recording, as I said. So I thought today maybe we could have a look back at what we did last year for summer, because we already did one of those pre-recordings last time. And then, if I recall correctly, I tried to get you to do some merchandising for Let's Talk Marketplace, because our listeners know our piggy bank called ECTA, which translates into English to "it depends on." So anytime someone in this podcast says "it depends on," they have to pay €1 in the piggy bank, in our ECTA pig. And I wanted Valerie to do some merchandise with ECTA, maybe some T-shirts or something like that. To hand out. I saw myself handing that out on the Marketplace convention or maybe at your Marketplace summits and providing everyone with beautiful green T-shirts. Valerie didn't agree. But anyway, we are not doing that because last year Valerie calculated this case for us. She calculated what could we do with an ECTA shirt? What could we sell it even on marketplaces? Would anyone buy it? And would we make a profit from it? And I think what came out of it was no, we wouldn't make a profit from it.
Yeah, but actually it may be more the thing of like merchandise, but I don't like merchandise so much. So that's the main reason why we stopped it. No, we didn't do it. So, but the main purpose was like to show you how is a marketplace business case calculated. And
with a specific product, and this was why this shirt came up. But I thought this year we could go a bit deeper into that, because I think calculations for marketplace business must have changed in that year, haven't they? Because it's going to be all about profitability now. It's going to be about raised costs, about raised logistics costs, about raised marketplace costs and stuff like that. So we would have to, I don't know, even if we had already a business on a marketplace, we would need to turn a few switches.
Yeah. So the main reason, well, what the main purpose today is like to really show you, okay, we have a existing marketplace business, and instead of merchandise products, we switched to underwear and nightwear products for women.
I really don't want to see what a night glove looks
like. No, Ekta. Bye, Ekta.
It's going to be very green, I think.
So no, but the main reason why we switched to underwear and nightwear is that I'm working in the actually underwear, nightwear business, bodywear business for almost 8 years now.
That's where you mostly cut your teeth in the marketplace business.
Because I was like a vendor manager for bodywear at Amazon. And I had a lot of like clients after that in like socks and stuff. And I, to be very honest, these kind of products are those like bread and butter NOS products, which are really thankful products for marketplace business. And I also studied fashion and textile management. So this is like why I always talk about so much fashion and not so many other categories yet. But let's see what we'll have in the future. But I would say, like, to skip it for a few minutes about the business case, let's do a either or, a quick one to introduce ourselves a bit better for all the English speakers who doesn't know us so well right now. Ingrid, so if we do a either or, you can answer like really short, and I will ask you a few questions.
Entweder oder.
So, first one is fruit ice cream or milk ice cream?
Fruit.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely fruit.
Yeah?
Yeah. Strawberry and...
Sorbet. I'm the milk ice cream. Okay. Plane, car, or train, depending on holiday?
Car. Mostly.
Yeah, because of your family.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's just the cheapest way. And I wouldn't fly inside of Europe if I can avoid it.
Inside of Europe. Okay, so I don't fly inside of Germany, but I fly to Italy. Yeah, but then I love being on boats.
Yes.
Holiday with or without laptop?
Without, if I can help it.
So you really drive without your laptop to Croatia?
Well, I drive without my working laptop. We do bring a device normally, just because it's easier to plan stuff ahead if you've got internet ready. But I think the last holidays I only took my phone. And yeah, the kids got their tablets.
Yeah, okay.
But no work there, no, hopefully. You can't avoid it, can you?
No.
I know.
But I really try to like let it in my koje. I don't know the translation in English. Coffee or Prosecco?
Coffee or Prosecco? Now that's an interesting choice. I think I missed something there. I don't like Prosecco that much. So, but if you could ask me about, I don't know, coffee, iced coffee, or say caipirinha, I think I would go for caipirinha.
Yeah, I see. So, on holiday, food tour or historical city tour?
Well, historical city tour, of course.
Yeah.
Come on.
I know this. I knew this before. I am totally food tour. Always, when I travel somewhere, I do food tours everywhere in the world. I learn so much. I love it. Good food is really a pleasure.
Good food is nice, but old ruins are nicer.
Old ruins are super boring.
No, absolutely not. You haven't been with me, you know? It's not boring if I'm with you, because I'm going to talk your ear off.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this makes it more interesting.
No, it does. I've converted lots of people who don't like history at all. I've converted them. You'll see.
Okay. Sea or mountains?
Sea.
Yeah,
see, mountains from the bottom.
Yeah, me too.
Look upwards and say, nice mountain.
Nice view, thank you. Wellness or active holiday?
Mostly active.
Yeah.
Sometimes wellness, but mostly active.
And they're pretty similar.
Yeah.
Booking.com or Airbnb, as we're talking about platforms?
Airbnb, if I find something there, but mostly some boring German stuff like Fevo Direct or something.
I see.
I try to avoid booking, but that's a bit like trying to avoid Amazon.
Yeah, that's true.
It's really hard.
I'm Booking.com heavy user. Definitely.
Yeah. What I started to do is I use Booking.com for research to have a look with what hotels are free, and then I call that hotel directly.
Yeah, because then you get often better
prices and the hotel is not, strangled to their limits by the platform.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, that was it already with either or. Now you know all about our holiday plans. But I guess what is much more interesting for you is like, how is the weather in Germany? No, it's not. No. How is
not much to write home about. Das Thema der Woche.
How can you improve your already existing business case in terms of profitability? Because profitability is the key topic 2023 in the marketplace business for every category. So that's actually why we do this today. And I would say I will give you some basic infos about our brand we are talking about.
Yeah.
And how we started calculating. And then Ingrid will challenge me to improve the profitability we get. So I have a business calculation next to me. We also share a picture, I think, on LinkedIn and in the newsletter maybe. Let's see. And so that you have like this also as an overview. But to give you verbally an overview, we are talking about a fashion brand for women with mainly underwear and nightwear. We want to sell it on the marketplace Zalando in Germany with a middleware, and fulfillment is done by ZFS, Zalando Fulfillment Solutions. We are talking about a average platform commission of about 20%. Average recommended retail price over all our categories of 25 euros with a average return rate of 42%. I mean, we're in Germany. Underwear, nightwear is a bit less than usual, but still Zalando Germany is one of the heavy return drivers. We have like an assortment of 300 different products online. We think, or we are planning with sold items of 20,000 pieces a year with 20% discount on 30% of our articles. Because we have also like, I don't know, Black Friday, end of season sales, whatever. Stock turnover rate of 8. Advertising budget is pretty low with 5%. We have an average amount of items per parcel of 1.3. So which means like, in every third package, there are two items. Yes. And marketplace country Germany, 19% tax. And at the end of the season, we still have 5% of articles in stock, because at Zalando, we have to be aware that our products, if they are not NOS products, if they are seasonal products, by end of the season, they are shut down. So you can again sell them in the mirror season, which is like, for example, if you want to sell your product in spring, summer 2023, then you can sell them, I think, in sale till end of December. And then there's end of September, sorry. And then there is a cut where all the old summer articles are like gone offline. And then in spring, summer 2024, you can put them back into it. But then at the end of spring, summer 2024, so in September next year, there's a cutoff again. Then you can't sell them anymore on Zalando. So you have to send them either back to your own fulfillment center, or you have to get rid of them. How this look like. These are two possibilities. So this is our main case.
We've got quite a good business running, haven't we? Why are we still doing podcasts? But I mean, that's a solid case, or it seems solid from the outside. Or it would have been solid in 2021. Maybe?
To be very honest, you should think it's a solid case. But if we really talk about actual numbers, then with like 25 euros on average recommended retail price and the return rate of 42%, which is usual in fashion. So congrats to you if you're in consumer electronics. or other categories with lower return rates, we would achieve a gross sales turnover of almost 500,000 euro to 470,000, where you think like, okay, 500,000, nice. But what we also have to see is like we have like the 42% of return rate, right? Which causes us high shipping costs. As well.
Yeah.
So we calculate with shipping costs, Zalando fulfillment of around like, we have usual price of like 0.014 cents, euro per day for storage. And what Zalando Fulfillment Solution does, they have around €3.80 shipping, outbound shipping, return shipping from like Germany, which is really nice. And yeah, the thing is, the good thing is it's easy to calculate Zalando fulfillment because they put every cost they have, like even for packaging and pick and pack, blah, blah, blah. They put everything in one price, which makes it easy to calculate. And is also pretty comparable prices. So pretty good price for value. Yeah. Well, what we see is if we calculate this case, we go to a contribution margin of 130,000, which is a margin of 28% and a markup of 3.5, which is actually not that good. So I would say it's really a case on the edge already. So if you would further increase a return rate or logistical costs, this is a non-profitable case.
Oh, yeah. All right. Okay. So we have to do something, don't we?
Yes.
Especially this year.
Because in the contribution margin too, so how we calculate, right? We calculate net sales turnover, gross sales is almost 500K, net sales is 400K. Then we subtract marketplace commissions. The 20% we pay for Zalando. Then we have to pay the middleware, right, with monthly fees, and also they usually have like a small percentage of turnover. Then we came to contribution margin 1, and then we deduct inbound fulfillment costs, storage, return handling, etc. Then we achieve contribution margin 2, which is already at 3.5, so 28% margin. And then we deduct marketing costs and return shipping of old goods. Yeah, and then we are at 108 contribution margin 3 with a 23% of margin, which is not profitable.
Okay.
So.
Right. So I guess...
What shall we do?
Yeah, well, if I look at your figures, then I think the first thing that comes to mind is €25, like...
Average recommended retail price?
Average per parcel is a bit low, isn't it? I mean, can we raise that?
Yeah, you mean money? We can, the average recommended retail price, to increase their sales price, the average sales price.
Yeah, let's just increase the sales prices.
To what? €30. Yeah. Okay, if we increase it to €30, then this case looks much better. Then we have like a markup of 2.94, so 34%, which is a good case. But I mean, what I see or what I heard often in our marketplace only, where we have every time in the marketplace only we do courses for marketplace managers and teach them how can we calculate our business case, how can we improve it, and then this like, yeah, let's increase our average recommended retail price. Yeah. And it was like, yeah, okay, let's increase let's say we have a bra, yeah? Let's say this costs €25, and then they said like, yeah, let's raise the price to 29.
To 29, that's fine then.
I mean, you cannot just raise for one article they have a recommended retail price, right? And all your other retailers and the brick and mortar stores, they are still selling this product for €25. So you cannot raise your online product price to €29. I mean, your customer is not stupid, right? They will you also have price matching and stuff. So even though you would write €29 with price matching online, you can't realize 29 if a product usually on the market costs 25.
Would Zalando accept that anyway? Because I know from Amazon that they won't. Yeah. If you try to raise the price just on Amazon, and there are cheaper prices for the same product out there, you're gonna be out of the buy box faster than you can say buy box. Yes. So is that the same with the Zalando?
Yeah, it's pretty similar. And at the same time, yeah, as I said, price matching will do its turn. So you can realize it. So the thing is like, how can you raise your average recommended retail price? And I mean, it's the average price of all articles you are selling in the marketplace business. And if you imagine, if we have underwear and nightwear, we have like two main buckets, right? We have underwear where we would say like, we have underpants and bras. And then for an average recommended retail price for maybe, I don't know, 15 euro. And then you have nightwear for an average recommended retail price between, I don't know, 30 and 60 euro. Yeah. So the thing is like, how can we raise this average retail price now is to have a look on our assortment. So what I really suggest you is to have a deeper look into your assortment and how, which products you are adding on this marketplace. So how can you raise your average retail prices? For example, if you have a look on your low average sales price articles, for example, in your underpants, at this case, where you say like, okay, we sell right now a 1-pack underpants for, I don't know, 13 euro. Okay. This is like really not so smart on the marketplace business. So how can you adjust this? You can do a 2-pack or 3-pack out of it. You can think about sets to create in order to raise your average basket size as well.
Why don't we just show those articles out of our marketplace business? Like, why don't we just stop selling single pants, for example?
Yeah, because many brands are still saying like, yeah, but this is like, yeah, but our customers want to buy the single packs, blah, blah, blah. And I'm always like, yeah, that might be true for the brick and mortar stores. But online, to be very honest, like especially in the bodywear industry, multi-packs are the key. I don't know how long I talked in my former brand I worked to. I was like, nobody needs single packs in underwear. Really. I mean, if we're talking about bras, okay. But everything else you can really do with multi-packs. And so this is one option. So to really think about, okay, how can you adapt your products? How can you also add exclusive selection to be out of this competitor pricing? Then you also can analyze your products. Where are your products with high return rates? Or where are your products with low return rates? Like to improve the selection on products you have with low return rates, because this will also influence your profitability, right? Lower return rates also leads to more profitability because you have to pay less fulfillment costs. And also how to proceed with products who have a high return rate. Why do they have a high return rate? Is your content shit? Okay, then improve your content or your product images. But if this is all correct setup and is like just like due to the complexity of the product, for example, then think about deleting products who have high return rates and don't offer them.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, but is that something that brands actually do? I mean, when I talk to brands, I often hear we want Zalando or Amazon or whatever is not only a place to sell stuff; it's also a place to show our stuff. So it's like we want to be there with our complete assortment, so that we have a branding effect, sort of like that. So, what would you say to that?
Well, this depends on.
Ka-ching.
Ding, ka-ching. I have to pay now because it depends on is always like something we try to avoid.
Because it's not helpful. This is why we try to avoid it. So what does it depend on?
It depends on the goal of the brand, why they are doing marketplace business. If your goal is like brand awareness and like to show your whole assortment, then yeah, maybe you don't decrease your selection and cut out some unprofitable products. But what we also see is that marketplaces are much more focusing on quality of product. So what we also see is that Zalando added up new customer experience ratings about how is a product performing. And if it's not selling for a special amount of time, then they are lowering down their product in visibility, for example. So you really have to have I would say like 1 or 2 years ago, it was always like put all your products on there and like wide assortment and everything, long tail on it. Let's go for it. I would say now it's much more it changed a bit, like to much more add-on quality products in terms of like quantity products. So what we still can see is that often 20% of your selection makes 80% of your turnover.
Yeah, well, that's like always the case in most business cases anyway.
Yes.
But I think with Zalando, there's the special danger of putting out your whole assortment because Zalando has been pushing out brands that are not performing well, like overall. So if they have too much assortment on the platform that is not doing very well, you might get pushed off the whole platform as a whole. So maybe better focus on your bestsellers and see that they run, don't you? Yeah. So, but let's go back to how you get your bestsellers to run. So even if you have the possibility to focus on just the good products and delist products that are not doing well, how can you still optimize those? You were talking about return rates. So what do we do to decrease return rates? I mean, Zalando is known as like the biggest return rate driver in the whole German market. So what you do against that if the Zalando customer is just used to ordering 20 pieces and returning 18 of them?
Yeah. So, you can try to decrease your return rate on Zalando Germany, for example, with like really good content and product images. But your possibilities are pretty restricted at Zalando. For example, at Amazon, you have much more possibilities with A+ content, different videos and product images on your products. So it's pretty, closed possibilities on Zalando. So what you can just adjust your assortment setup, as we already talked about it, right? Focusing on bestsellers, deleting slow sellers, improving your content. You can also obviously try to work with advertising. I'm not a super advertising expert, but you can also do sponsor products on Zalando. You can do sponsor products on Amazon, for example.
Which will lower your profitability, on the other hand.
Yeah, but could also increase your sales in turnover, right? So it's not always like so there you have to be aware of like for which products do you do this. And but what else you can do is like to have like a look outside of Germany or a look outside of Zalando. So you can either, for example, let's say in Germany, we can also say, okay, maybe let's also add our products on Amazon or other marketplaces who have, for example, less commissions. So to be honest, what else to say on Zalando? They have also their commission. We calculated with 20%, but the commissions of the articles are based on the sales price in buckets. So, for example, from 0 to 20 euro, they have one bucket from 20 to 50. They have different commission, and from 50 average sales price till 100. About You has the same, but with different buckets. And Amazon, for example, they have an average 15% commission. But if your products have a sales price of higher than, I think, 40 euro, then you get a less commission.
Yeah.
So, and for all the other ones, the higher the price they get, the higher the commission gets. So it's like a bit like to really adjust your assortment. And as you can see, the commission, for example, at Amazon is much lower, and also the return rates at Amazon are much lower than on Zalando, even in Germany. So you can like add on different marketplaces in your country, or you can add on other countries, for example, in Zalando. If we have a look outside of Germany, then the return rates in other countries with Zalando are much lower. So if you expand to other countries, you always have to be aware of changing logistic costs. This is a really, really important part because you have like 1, 2, 3 euro more logistic costs if you ship or your products to maybe Poland or Netherlands, Belgium, Benelux, Scandinavian. It's really much depending on the country. At the same time, you have in almost every case, lower return rates in other countries than in Germany.
But is that something that we would do? I mean, considering we are marketplace managers of a brand that has quite a shitty marketplace case at the moment. So is that something that we can do? I mean, can we just walk up to our boss and say, come on, I'm not doing well in Germany, but let's expand to Netherlands. I'm sure I'm going to do better there.
Well, you have to calculate it before. You have to prove that this is a profitable case before. So you have learnings usually already from your country, from your marketplace. And for sure, you first have to improve the profitability of your already existing case, because we don't want to burn money, right?
Yeah.
We don't want to like expand and know, like with eyes open, running into we burn money. We really want to have fun. And with what I say with fun in the marketplace business, always like continuing with a profitable business. Yeah.
Making money, actually.
Yeah, making
Not
money.
putting it on the packages and sending them to the customer.
Yeah. But what you can really say is that other countries also need different assortment, because that you have different taste, right? You also have to be aware of like different languages stuff, obviously. But if you have like a marketplace which is where you can easily expand, like Amazon, like Zalando, like About You, to other countries, or Decathlon also, then yeah, you should really have a look in the other countries and calculate it before. But if there is a chance to make it profitable, then I would really try it, because you cannot lose so much if you try it and then you realize, okay, maybe it's not that profitable as we thought. Then you can also try it and then also close it again. There's like,
yeah, but is that so easy? Because I mean, you have to put up logistics for that. Yeah, so you have to get your parcels to UK, to.
But in this
Netherlands,
case, we're using Zalando fulfillment, right? Or if you're also using fulfillment by Amazon, then it's much easier to try out new markets. Yeah. So this is not a big blocker. If you're doing shipment by yourself, I'm totally with you. I would not expand like by, okay, let's try it and expand. And what you also have to be aware of is like special countries. What I mean with special, like Switzerland, UK, who have like special, not restrictions, but requirements, I would say, in terms of like taxes and import, export, because they're not in the EU. And they have often much higher logistic costs and like all over cost to enter the market per parcel. So that you need to be aware of. But they can be super, super interesting because they have a lot of potential, especially those two countries. But UK was like due to Brexit a bit difficult and lower down in the past. I would say like we are slowly getting back into it. And Switzerland also did a lot to improve the case. But you have to be aware to enter, for example, Switzerland with a much higher average sales price. So with this €25, we can get it to enter Switzerland. We would, for example, in this case, we would need maybe just to do really big packs, like 5 to 6 packs, just to enter it with, for example, the nightwear. Yeah, because we cannot really achieve those recommended retail prices above, for example, €50 if we do this with our actual assortment. So, yeah.
If you're talking about trying out new things like new multi-packs, for example, or new countries or whatever, just new strategies to improve the overall profitability, what kind of time cases are we talking here? Are we trying this out for 3 months? Are we trying this out for 6 months? How much do I put into a test like that? I see another. It depends on coming.
Yeah, but this is what I'm really trying to go around. It depends on, I would say something between 3 and 6 months. Yeah, nice, because you need some time to get things going and that the customer can realize, oh, I can buy this product in this country too, or at this marketplace. You also could add on some advertising in the beginning, which leads to a lower profitability in the beginning, because what I also see, brands right now are like, yeah, we just want to expand, but if it's profitable from the beginning, from day one. And then I think like, yeah, okay. Sometimes you need to put a bit more effort in the beginning to know that this is a mixed calculation. Yeah, sometimes you have to invest a bit further.
Yeah, give it a bit of time.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is a problem if you've got a shit case like we do. So
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Right. So just summarizing that as far as you talked about it. So we can do different kinds of products. We can do multi-packs. We can decrease our assortment, push out all the not profitable products, focus more on the profitable ones. We can try to do a bit about the return rates, not that much, but we can try. If we're shipping by ourselves, we can do things about logistics costs, but if we're shipping with ZFS or FBA, we can't. So there are some possibilities to do something about profitability, but not that much. That's it.
No, you can do a lot, but you have to be aware about your figures. That's the main point. I would say many brands are not able to analyze their products on a product level, depending on the marketplace and country. So reporting is a big issue in the marketplace business, to have it on a product level and to really analyze it correctly, and to follow up with the perfect setup, I would say. And the biggest reason is that the marketplace manager, often they are just like dealing with the fires they have and trying to solve all the current topics they have. They often don't have the time to dive that deep into their assortment. If they don't have support with analytics or special systems who support them, then it's really difficult for them to take the time and to really analyze it properly. Yeah.
But so you would have to dive into like really the product area, like look for all the products that are profitable and not profitable, but then take a step back and look on the whole marketplace business. Is it? And like twist there a bit and tweak there a bit. And then maybe you can get the whole marketplace business as a whole in the profitability zone. Difficult word. Even if you have some products that might still not be profitable.
Sure. I mean, in the end, it's always a mixed calculation, right? And especially in our underwear example, if you are not able to make a multi-pack, for example, with single products, and you have a bra selling for 40 euro and the underpant for 20 euro, the underpant might not be profitable for you, but you can't just sell the bras, right? You also need to sell the underpants, because it's somehow which belongs to each other. So you are aware of that you are unprofitable with underpants, and you calculate that in on one point, and also trying to solve this issue in creating multi-packs for the future, and also lowering down the amount of offered single packs, for example. So it's all about, really getting a balance. It's actually that's the right balance of your products in the depending marketplace. I think that's in the country.
Right. Maybe one last question, because I've a look at the time. But you said that we can't just raise the prices and say, okay, this bra set is now out there for 30 euro instead of 25. But we could do that if we got a true D2C brand.
That's true. So if we are a true D2C brand,
or if we are doing true D2C products just for the one marketplace.
Yeah, we can do just for this one marketplace, or we can also have like our own D2C assortment or our own marketplace assortment. That's true. You have always to take a bit care about the competitors and brands, right? If the other brand is still selling the same bra for 25 euro, then why should they buy yours for 30? Yeah. Because we have like a huge transparency in the marketplace business, in the online business overall. That's true. But I mean, then you are the hero of your prices, right? Then you don't have other retailers, but you still have your product structure, right? If you creating a collection, then you always have like different categories with different price points, with different articles. So there is like already a setup like in the price points you're doing. So this is, but also like changing your collection to like higher quality products and higher prices is also an option if your brand is able to do this, right?
Do that, yeah.
If your brand is well known for low ASP products, with like you get the best bra for 20 euro, then it might be a bit difficult to change it to 30 euro.
Yeah, of course. But I still wonder why so few brands are doing that, because this is one of the solutions for many retailers, of course, who sell on marketplaces. They just go for private label brands, their own brands, or just look at their assortment and go like, okay, obviously I'm really good at selling, I don't know, dog stuff, whatever. Huh? And so they just take the product that is running best and produce their own D2C private label with that. And then they sell it and they don't have any problems on the marketplace before. So this is a well-known solution for retailers. Yep. But I hardly see that from brands.
The thing is, I would say retailers have often a bit of more smartness to work with the things they have, because retailers cannot change like products for a brand. For example, if I'm a retailer, I cannot tell the brand like, okay, can I just have like an exclusive adjusted product? So they need to think about solutions which like in the area which they can change. So what we see, for example, from retailers, especially on Amazon, they are like creating new multi-packs or new sets.
Yes.
For example, the coffee machine adding up with
coffee.
With coffee. And then they have a new product ace, and then they are out of this comparison thingy and have a new ERN code. Or they are doing... I remember I had a fashion socks brand from a well-known brand, and they had clients, retailers who sold like 10 packs of socks. And I was like, look at your retailer, you could do this yourself. And they were like, yeah, no, but their brand doesn't want that we're offering 10 packs of our high premium brand. I know our retailers are doing this, but we as a licensed partner, we don't do this. And I was like, okay, then your retailer do your business.
Yeah, of course.
Because they do it. Yeah. So it's always also think about like, have a look on your competitors, have a look on like open marketplaces where retailers are already working maybe with your product, and see what they do. And also like get inspired by this.
Yeah.
And be open for it. Not like this, like, oh, we are this brand, we don't do this.
Yeah. And we never did it.
Yeah.
And we're never going to do it.
So, because sometimes it's like, if you don't go with the time, you go with the time. I don't know if like it's the best translation, but
German saying, yeah. Well, I guess that wraps it up for our first summer episode, going a bit deeper into the profitability case. Why is this word so hard? Jesus Christ, I sound like I already had 3 of those caipirinhas I was talking about earlier, which I hadn't, which is a crime. Anyway,
it's Monday before lunchtime, maybe that's the reason why.
But it's summer, you know? Anyway, so, but thanks for listening today. And I hope there was some input in there that you can use for your own profitability for your marketplace business. And if you want to, you can turn into our next episode, which then will be in German, I think. So maybe there's some people who speak both languages, I'm sure. Yeah. Anyway, so
and if you want to learn from autumn onwards more about profitability increasing, you can also join for fashion, sports brands, lifestyle brands. You can join our Marketplace Manager Advanced classes. If you want to learn how to calculate your business case, then you can join from the Marketplace Uni also the Marketplace Manager course, which are starting in September again. And I'm also preparing a Marketplace Fashion Insider group of like a mastermind group, which is like a really close group of brands who have like more than 10 million marketplace turnover already. So there is a lot of like things I built recently also to really get the community of marketplace business more together, because I think we can learn much more if we support each other, if we exchange our learnings and best practices. And there is enough marketplace business for all of us. And I think it's much better to connect and learn together than doing it pretty much alone and trial and error. So
absolutely,
I would say let's have a great summer, and looking forward to have you as our listeners, and happy holidays.
Das war Let's Talk Marketplace, der Marktplatz-Podcast mit Valerie Dichtel und Ingrid Lommer.